If there is any Oscar-winning actress whom you can call eccentric, the front-runner for that title would have to be Diane Keaton. Much like Katharine Hepburn's masculine personal style, Keaton has become a fashion icon for this look too. Often her personal life and fashion choices overpower her acting career, but nonetheless it all comes together to prove that those who live life to the beat of their own drum usually become icons. Diane Keaton, originally Diane Hall, studied acting in Santa Ana College in California and at the Neighborhood Playhouse in New York City. She started working in summer stock, which basically is theater during the summer months when theater was off season, and she understudied on Broadway and eventually got a role in the musical called Hair on Broadway in 1968. She refused to appear nude in the musical. That same year, she was cast in Woody Allen's Broadway play called Play It Again, Sam. They started their romance then too. She was around 23 years old, and she later reprised this role in film in 1972. She made her film debut in 1970 in the film called Lovers and Other Strangers, and 2 years later she starred in her breakout role in The Godfather, directed by Francis Ford Coppola in 1972 as Kay Adams, Michael Corleone's wife. The film was an obvious success, and Keaton continued her character journey in further Godfather films. By this point, Keaton and Woody Allen had broken up, but their professional relationship continued. They collaborated on more movies like Sleeper and Love and Death in 73 and 75 respectively. But it was in 1977 that earned Diane a taste of what fame really was like. After she and Woody Allen collaborated on yet another film, Annie Hall, it made Keaton an icon, especially of fashion. The role of Annie Hall was written especially for Keaton, and even taking on her original last name as the character's last name, Hall. This romantic comedy earned Diane the Best Actress Oscar in 1978. The film won more major Oscars too. We may be used to seeing Woody Allen's films, they're classics at this point, but at that time in the 1970s, his storytelling and dialogue was original and innovative. It took the audience's attention away from the grim post-Vietnam War films and more into urban life, relationships, and self-growth. Audiences were hooked and came back to the cinema over and over again to watch Annie Hall. More collaborations between Allen and Keaton followed: Interiors, Manhattan, Radio Days, and Manhattan Murder Mystery. To this day, Keaton and Allen are dear friends who stand by each other even during controversial times, like Allen's abuse allegations. Keaton worked throughout the 80s and 90s in films like Reds, The Little Drummer Girl, Baby Boom, and Father of the Bride, to name a few. But it is Diane Keaton's ability to transform the fashion landscape with her oversized men's suits and unisex clothes. Although she tried to pull away from romantic comedy type roles at some point, her image of an endearing and quirky woman is her niche. She said, "I've always loved independent women, outspoken women, eccentric women, funny women, flawed women. When someone says about a woman, 'I'm sorry, that's just wrong,' I tend to think she must be doing something right." The 2000s followed with more rom-coms like Something's Gotta Give, And So It Goes, and Book Club, to name a few. That really is her favorite genre to be in: romantic, light-hearted comedies revolving around family, relationships, and personal growth. On top of Keaton's extensive career in film, which to this day is thriving, she is known for her personal choices of remaining unmarried and adopting 2 children in her 50s. What we notice based on her previous quotes is that she truly enjoys getting older, and that with age comes wisdom, freedom, and beauty in a woman. My favorite quote by Keaton, which I think applies to all aspects of life, is, "Here is my biggest takeaway after 60 years on the planet. There is great value in being fearless. For too much of my life, I was too afraid, too frightened by it all. That fear is one of my biggest regrets. For someone who commented on this fear multiple times, I think Diane Keaton has made a big name for herself since the 70s, and to this day is a popular actress. And that is something not all actresses have been able to do.
As you can tell, I'm kind of negative about myself. I have a tendency to be a little negative, and I want to be more positive. I think that I could do more things if I was. You know?
I think you could too.
You think so?
Yes.
Well, I hope so.
I don't know. I'm not
I'm
an analyst
always
or anything.
on the fence about everything. I
Yeah,
never
you are
know
kind
for
of
sure.
self-deprecating to yourself sometimes. You shouldn't be.
No.
Because you're a good talent. And,
Oh, well, see, I don't know about that, but, you know.
Well, you should say, yes, I know about that. Don't you think you're a good
know
actress?
that- well, I mean, well... I don't know for sure. Do you feel strongly about, pretty positive about yourself? I mean...
About certain things.
Certain things, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Certain things. Well, that's good.